Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Today we will continue with our technical analysis and we'll take a look and see where Tesla would be in the next couple of days. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to start with daily chart for Tesla, but before we get started, I want to share with you guys Stephen Mark Ryan's recent video, Mocking Technical Analysis. I had a fantastic laugh at this video. I think Stephen Mark Ryan is phenomenal. He's hilarious, intelligent. He is my favorite channel by far on YouTube about Tesla. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to add him to your daily lineup if you don't already. Most of us who knows about Tesla and love the stock knows about Stephen Mark Ryan. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys already watched this video 10 times over, but I still thought it was hilarious to share with you guys. That said, I still think that there's value in technical analysis. I don't think that it is something for us to go to school for or make a career out of, but it is a good indicator to the extent possible to see where the market could go into oversold or overbought period. Warren Buffett said it himself that he would not time the market. However, March 2022 represented a missed opportunity on his part, and I think that had he had a team of technical analysis expert, he probably could have picked up some stocks at that time. That's just my personal perspective. So back to the daily chart here, as you can see, the bottom, if you see sort of the support line right here around 204, it is a very strong support line right here. Even though this morning it dipped down to about 198, the strong support still is at around 204 and then 215, which is right within the trading range for today. The volume for today was 134%, considering that this is a third trading day from when earnings were released. I think this is very strong volume. Usually the volume would die down around the second, and then the third day is definitely shouldn't be this high. This tells me that Tesla is having a lot of activities, particularly buyers today. As you can see here, Friday and today, the buying activities has been exceptionally high. On Friday, the second day after earnings report, the volume was just right around 100%, but today the buy volume was 34% higher. And as you can see, it dipped down to 198 at the beginning of the day and then ended up reversing for the day. So this is also a pretty good story to tell. Strong support right now at 205 with a divergence in RSI. So as you can see, the pricing is going sideways, slightly going down, when RSI is going up as a matter of trend here. So I think that Tesla is very close to reversal. This is a bullish divergence. Let's take a look at the weekly chart real quick before we go over to the smaller time frame. On the weekly, we also see a divergence here. As you can see, RSI is moving up, whereas price action is moving sideways and slightly down. On the weekly, there is a gap from 255 to 265. So that is a $10 weekly gap. So this gap needs to be filled at some point in the next few days or the next few weeks. The resistance right now is still at $311. That is quite a lot from here. That is $100 from here. So from now until then, it will take some time, and it likely requires a good catalyst for us to get there. But keep in mind, we are in Q4. Q4 delivery result is usually a really good catalyst for Tesla. So that is something to be considered. Shanghai or China vehicles price reduction is also a big catalyst, because I do think that the China economy is huge, and any kind of price reduction will be made up for by substantially rise in demand. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. For those of you that follow my channel, you know I really like the pivot points. And so today the highest point was $218. The middle pivot point was $211, and the bottom pivot points was about $200. It is a really good guide for me when it comes to trading or short-term price action, because as you can see, those are usually the support and resistance for Tesla stocks. So Tesla had a strong reversal right at around $199 to $200, and at around 10:30 EST this morning, it reversed. Usually, if you also notice, 10:30 EST or 7:30 PST is usually the time where a market reverse a little bit, whether from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish. So that's where I see really good reversal this morning. For tomorrow, the pivot points are 217 on the upper end. The middle pivot point is 207 and the bottom pivot point is 192. Now, this tells me that the range for tomorrow on the downside is much bigger than the range to the upside, and pivot points are usually the summary of the points 2 days before that. So the reason that it has lower pivot points is because of the tendency of Tesla to move down. Based on the volume and the price action in the morning, it predicts that Tesla could potentially fall again up to about 192 tomorrow. At the current price, around $200, give or take, that is a pre-split of $600, which is pretty low for Tesla in recent history. I know that $600 is right around the time that it was added to the S&P 500 in 2020. So needless to say, the stock is taking us almost 2 years back. However, this is probably the lowest price range within the foreseeable future. I do think that the lowest is 182, but given that we are already flirting around 190 area here, it is possible that Tesla could fall a little bit. It needs substantial volume and catalyst in order for it to reverse, but based on, once again, technical analysis, I do think that Tesla is extremely oversold, and it is just a matter of time before institutions start accumulating Tesla. So if I'm looking at the 4-hour chart right now, the pattern is not really telling us anything aside from moving down progressively based on this chart, right? We know that Tesla is, regardless of what chart that we're seeing, whether it's weekly, daily, or hourly, or 4-hour, we see a RSI divergence. And usually this is a good sign that it would be potentially reversing when every single time interval shows a divergence. So for now, Tesla is going to suffer together with the broader market in the low end, or it will be just moving sideways for a little while. But I think that we are heading into Q4, and Q4 is usually when Tesla has surprises for a lot of us, both on the delivery level as well as earnings level. Let's take a look at the broader market overall. Looking at Amazon right now. Daily chart for Amazon. Amazon is still largely trading below 50 days SMA. 50 days SMA is around 123 right now, and it is only at 119. However, as you can see, Amazon has begun its reversal somewhat, although it hasn't been too vigorous lately. The 200 days SMA is about $133. So until Amazon gets back to above 133 with strong volume, I don't think that Amazon would be ready to resume bullish just yet. Overall, the market together with interest rate has been a little bit concerning for all of us. So that's partly why technology sector hasn't really risen. Today's candle, however, is sort of a topping candle with a T made here right at the top of the price range from the day before. So I do think Amazon might have some short-term negative price movement here in the next couple of days, if you will. My next favorite stock to look at is probably NVIDIA. Take a look at NVIDIA here. So NVIDIA is also dropping dramatically since around end of August, with the lowest point being around 108. Today it is 125.99. To get back to 50 days SMA, NVIDIA needs to get back to above 139, 140, and Right now, it is sort of reaching the overbought territory, which is very interesting. It is not very high in price and already reaching overbought, which tells me that there isn't a lot of willing buyers waiting to buy into NVIDIA. If NVIDIA drops again to the low 100 level, that is also a good opportunity to buy in my opinion. I'm going to take a look at TNX. This is the 10-year treasury, and it is sort of a compass for me to navigate the market depending on how it performs that day. This is a indicator of interest rate for the day. So if you look here, a couple of days ago, TNX almost made a dark cloud cover pattern. And today it has moved down a little bit, although not too much. I do think that these two alone, these two daily candles alone, with this green candle and this red candle here, this is a pattern for a potential downside. If anything, this could signifies the top for TNX, and it's going to start going down from there. TNX could make a higher low if it is to about 40.38. And then bounce right back up. Or if it gets to about 35 or so, then it could potentially turn bearish, which is going to be very good news for the market. For now, we have to take 1 month at a time with inflation data, and we're going to have to gauge Fed's tone, which is still pretty bullish right now on interest rates. So I do think in the short term, there will be more pain in the market and more pain in the treasury yield or interest rate overall, especially for the mortgage industry. But I would continue to buy my stocks, especially those that I'm willing to hold for 10 years plus. I would definitely buy more Tesla, especially for myself, my children's Roth IRA account, and so on and so forth. So I hope that it will provide some more insight and confidence in all of you. Even though I'm not a financial analyst or a financial advisor, my position is that I will continue to buy Tesla and hold it for years to come. So hopefully the video is helpful for you guys. Comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel if you find my content helpful. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.